Week 8, lesson 6, wrapping up. All right, it's been a big week of videos on exercise and working out and things like this. So let's recap on a few things from this week. So we've talked about a lot of things. The whole point of this week was insulin sensitivity. We want to create insulin sensitivity in our bodies, and the more opportunity we have to do this, the better it is for our type 2 diabetes. And type 2 diabetes and strength, as I mentioned, we lose muscle every year as we age. And again, when we get to our 70s and 80s, we want to be able to carry our own groceries. We want to be able to walk to the store, walk around the block, and do various things. And I think it's so key that we start now and start building these healthy habits. These habits are going to stay with us for life. I am telling you, once you get into it and you start having fun with this stuff, you really, really are going to have some fun. So hopefully this week you understand why strength training is essential for blood sugar control, right? Our muscles are big. It helps with our insulin sensitivity. It helps burn glucose. Again, after you eat, if you can go for a 10-minute walk around your office, for example, great stuff. It's going to prevent that spike in the glucose, right? Everything we're trying to do. If you are disabled, if you've got an amputation or such, and you're at your home, even just going some stretching in bed, anything like that is going to help. So any movement of our bodies is really what we're looking for. So we learned 3 simple, effective exercises to start with. Let's review. We can do the chair sits, right? We get up from the chair, up from the chair, up from the chair. We can do the standing free squats, and we can do the wall push-ups. From there, you can create your own variations. I suggested the wall sit, right? There's all kinds of things you can be doing as you move forward. But those 3, it's a great place for you to start, right? You don't have to join a gym. If you want to join a gym, I highly recommend it. And don't worry about being judged. You're going to have a lot of fun. And you're going to meet a lot of really cool people, too. And these people are trying to get better as well. You can build a beginner-friendly at-home strength plan, right? Use your book, track, create a plan for yourself. Create a 12-week plan, then go back and examine it, and create another 12-week plan based upon what you did and your results. If you didn't get the results you wanted, then tweak that plan and redo it. It's as simple as that. Learn how to track your progress and improve over time. Again, I wear an Apple Watch. I track a lot of my stuff on my watch, on my iPhone. I use another app. It's called Strava. It helps me with my running stuff. You don't have to buy any app. So, you can literally get a notebook, get a piece of paper and a pen, and there's your tracking app right there. But track and take a look at it and examine it, right? Examine your growth and celebrate your victories, right? Celebrate your victories. If you can only do 5 wall push-ups, that's okay. Maybe next week you do 8. Celebrate those victories and feel good about it. Just look back and congratulate yourself, especially if you haven't done anything in 30, 40 years, which many people haven't. So celebrate the victories. And then it gets back to staying motivated and consistent. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll start with stuff like this and literally put a little space in their house for their workout. So put down maybe a yoga mat or a soft mat so they can stretch, and they may invest in some dumbbells. They may invest in some pulleys or something like that. You'd really be amazed as to where this stuff can go. A lot of people make gyms in their garages. They don't want to go to a gym. Just getting something as simple as a treadmill at your house. I know many folks live in cold states where it's not conducive to go out in minus 30-degree weather and do steps. Do it on a treadmill at the house. Watch videos while you're doing it on your phone or an iPad or a TV. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can get the Precor machines. I actually have a Precor machine in my garage. And there's so many different things you can do when we talk about doing this. Some get right into it, if you have the ways and the means. I have a cold plunge in my house. I've got a sauna. I do red light therapy. So I do a lot of recovery stuff for me. I've got one of those Theraguns that bangs on your legs and stuff like that. I'm really big into recovery. You can figure out what your recovery might look at. You don't have to get all these crazy things that I have, but just figure out a good way to get some recovery. And stretching is one of the best things ever. A roller to roll on your muscles, another great way to go. So a lot of things you can do within your means. The most important thing is to have fun, understand what we're doing, track, adjust, and grow. right? Did I sum it up right? All right. I'd love to hear from you about what you're doing with workouts and such like that. And even something as simple as steps. A lot of people will report back to me on steps. You know, they did X amount of steps. You know, I did 4,000, I did 12,000, whatever the case may be. You do you, but just make sure you're tracking and you're focused on moving yourself forward. We're trying to get you better. You're trying to get better, and that's why we're a good team together. All right, there's our week of workouts. Are you exhausted yet? And we haven't even started. Let's go.